Volcanoes, the mysterious, destructive forces of Earth, give us a glimpse into what's happening inside the planet. They can spew out massive amounts of rock, hot ash, and magma. Their history is a book full of terrifying tales of deadly eruptions, from Mount Vesuvius to Krakatoa. Today, while volcanoes continue to threaten the lives of those who live near them, we can not only tell the stories, but also capture the moment through the lens of a camera. The odds of a camera being in the right place at the right time are slim, but when it happens, the results are truly remarkable. Check out 5 massive volcanic eruptions caught on camera. A remote region in southern Iceland, where the sky is often obscured by clouds and snow. North of Skógar, a mysterious volcano called Eyjafjallajökull lies hidden under a thick layer of ice, a dormant monster that has lain dormant for 780,000 years. But then, in 2010, the monster awoke, carrying the power of millennia to rise. In April of that year, on what seemed like an ordinary day, Eyjafjallajökull suddenly erupted. A loud noise tore through the sky, and from the crater, a giant column of ash shot high into the sky, like a natural fury. The black ash began to spread, blocking out the blue sky. It moved southeast, covering the United Kingdom, Scandinavia, and the far reaches of Northern Europe. The scene was like a nightmare. The thick ash forced hundreds of flights to be grounded, leaving European airspace eerily silent. Millions of passengers were stranded, unable to continue their journeys, creating unprecedented chaos. The eruption lasted not just a few days, but for months. Violent eruptions then subsided, only to prepare for the next explosion. Finally, in October 2010, scientists were able to breathe a sigh of relief and declare that Eyjafjallajökull's fury was over. But they also warned that, with the vast geothermal power hidden beneath the ice, the volcano could erupt again at any moment. Indonesia, a land of terrible volcanic eruptions, is home to Mount Krakatoa, one of the deadliest volcanoes in history. On August 9, 2020, one of the island's volcanoes erupted in spectacular fashion. Luckily for the locals, no one was injured, but they were able to capture the moment. Krakatoa, located on the island of Sumatra, had begun erupting the day before with a small eruption. When the main eruption occurred, with a thunderous roar that lasted for more than 30 seconds, a huge cloud of volcanic ash rose 3 miles into the sky, darkening the sky. The ash covered hundreds of miles of land, burying cities and villages in a layer of ash up to 15 miles thick. This was the first time Mount Sinabung had erupted in more than a year. The Central American countries of Costa Rica, El Salvador, and Guatemala have seen several volcanic eruptions in recent decades. In this video, we see a group of hikers walking along Volcán Fuego near Los Pajalas, Guatemala. Although the volcano only spewed a small amount of ash, they knew they had captured a rare moment. Fortunately, the explosion wasn't much bigger, and the video only captured footage from a few hundred yards away. Earlier that year, however, the volcano erupted in Guatemala's biggest disaster in more than a century. The eruption lasted 16 hours, burying nearby villages in ash, killing 60 people, and displacing thousands more. These hikers were lucky to escape unharmed. The Philippines, another country rife with volcanoes, saw a dramatic eruption on January 12, 2020. Taal volcano, after 47 years of silence, suddenly exploded with tremendous force, spewing gas, ash, and magma high into the air. The eruption left a heavy, wet layer of ash on the landscape, killing nearly all vegetation. After 2 months, the once green island now resembles a rocky desert or the moon. Volcanic ash is not like what we see when wood, leaves, or paper burn. It consists of sharp, hard, abrasive pieces of rock and glass that do not dissolve in water. When it falls, the impact can be catastrophic for plants, animals, and humans. This eruption was particularly devastating because the ash became wet, turning into a muddy form before drying and hardening into a cement-like state. Unfortunately, the eruption was not without its casualties, and many nearby economies also suffered great losses. Around the Pacific Ocean, the volcanic chain known as the Ring of Fire, and on the other side of South America, Chile, there are also many active volcanoes. On April 23, 2015, an unnamed tourist in the nearby town of Puerto Varas recorded the eruption of Calbuco. Although the camera only started rolling after the initial explosion, the scene was still extremely impressive. The huge ash cloud rose high into the air, showing no signs of abating. The roar of the eruption, as the camera zoomed into the crater, provided an extremely impressive view of the event. The eruption continued throughout the afternoon and evening, transforming ash and gas into rock and magma. Everything for miles around the volcano was destroyed. The landscape was lit up in a bright orange light. Reports of lightning flashing in the ash clouds during the eruption only added to the spectacle. Fortunately, with few people living near the volcano, there were no deaths and property damage was minimal. These volcanoes have been shaping our planet for longer than we have been around, and will continue to do so long after we are gone. In the meantime, keep your camera ready, and if you ever get close to a volcano, be prepared. You never know what you might see. For more videos on natural disasters, click the link above. Otherwise, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.